Good morning, everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in this morning, tuning into this meditation this morning. So, as some of you will know, then I have been doing these live meditations for a little while now in the morning, and these are meditations just to help our local community, but also to help people all around the world, really. We don't just we're actually based in somewhere called Oldham. However, thank you to technology, because we're able to reach much further afield, and it's really humbling to kind of receive feedback from people all around the world just to tell us how much our resources and how much our interventions are helping, and how these live meditation sessions have really been welcomed during these troubling times that we're in. So, if you have been committing to a daily morning meditation practice, or a daily practice, if you're listening to this on catch up, or wherever you are in the world, whatever time zone it is, then amazing. Because the hardest part, I think, about, well, for me personally, for meditation, is actually committing to doing it. It's about this commitment and actually putting the time aside to commit to the practice, really. I mean, anything can be made into a meditation practice as long as you practice awareness around it. But obviously during these formal sits, this is where the work and the uncovering of what mindfulness can give us. It's kind of an opportunity for all this to flourish when we do sit or lie or stand, however you do your meditation practice. So I wanted today to share a meditation all around connection. And in the mindfulness world, we talk a lot about connection, this idea of being interconnected with the whole world, which for a lot of us, we don't necessarily recognize a lot of the time. But actually, we all need each other to coexist. And you may think, well, I don't need anybody, but actually, if you have a look around the room that you're in, every object has to. There had to be some other person involved in having that in your space. So even like when you go and flip the kettle on, there's manufacturers that have been involved with the kettle, the tea bags. People have been involved in those being taken to the supermarket or wherever it is you get your tea bags. So the world has to kind of work together, really, and we are all interconnected more than we realise. And this idea of being interconnected as well is wonderful when we think about this common humanity that we all share. We might all look different, we might all sound different, we're all from different walks of life, but ultimately we're all the same, aren't we? Because ultimately we all want to be happy. We don't want to suffer. And when we work with connection practice during meditation, it starts with us. So we have to connect with ourselves, and we have to almost, plant the seeds with us, really, because when we can learn how to connect and love ourselves, then that changes the way that we interact with the world around us. And then when we direct our loving kindness out to others, again, that has a wonderful ripple effect on the whole world. And there'll be people that know of me from over the years who followed the work that I've done, and the input and the care and the support that I've given others. And I shared a message a while ago from a wonderful lady that I'd helped, who's now actually helping others because I've helped her. You see, so I think when we recognize that our actions, even though as small as they might be, can have such a ripple effect on the world around us. it really adds to this collective contribution in trying to um, help the world just be a happier place to be. And then there's a wonderful practice as well. Before we jump in, but this idea, there's actually a YouTube video that I came across. I didn't come across it on my own. It was recommended by a lady on a mindfulness course that I've just supported, and she shared a YouTube link, and there's a lady on there, and she talks about this idea of recognizing that everybody is just like us, and we can do a practice where, if somebody does annoy us, and maybe if we're in traffic and somebody's really being aggressive at us, what you would say is to yourself is just like me, because that person is just like you. They want to be happy, they don't want to suffer. It's just that sometimes, life unfolds, and sometimes we react in ways that we're not proud of. But you never know somebody's story, do you? You never know what's going on in that person's world. So don't ever, even if somebody's nasty to you, you don't ever know what's going on in their world, in their life. And I just remember that when people are a bit disgruntled, or don't behave in a way that I would expect them to behave, because I guess that's just my expectations again, which adds to extra suffering. But it's just recognizing that that person is just like me. They want to be happy, they don't want to suffer, and they've got a heartbeat just like me. So we're going to go into today then meditation practice all around connection, and I want to invite you to get as comfortably relaxed as possible, choosing to sit if that feels comfortable. You can choose to lie down if you want. However, if you are feeling really tired this morning, you might just fall asleep. So I would recommend that you do this in an upright seated position if possible. And so allowing the eyes to close or to soften, lowering your gaze if that feels comfortable. Before we begin today, we can take together 3 long, slow, deliberate breaths. And then just allowing the breath to settle into its normal, natural pace. We're not trying to change the breath now. In mindfulness, we just observe the breath. Just notice what's happening with curiosity. Noticing everything about the breath. The movements in the body as you breathe, changes in temperature in the air. Notice the sensations at the points in our body where we can feel the breath. So I want to invite you now just to notice that breath, really bringing it into your awareness. Noticing what's happening as the body breathes all by itself. Notice if you're holding any tension as you breathe. And remember that it's normal for the mind to think about everything else apart from what we're supposed to be doing. That's okay. That happens, that's normal. This is the practice, it's just noticing what's happening, what's there. If your mind wanders off, then bring it back. There's a nice image in mindfulness that we can use, which is using this idea of clouds in the sky. So when we have a thought, we can liken this to a cloud in the sky, acknowledging that it's there, acknowledging that it will pass, acknowledging that behind those clouds is that clear blue sky. Because our state of mind is temporary. We don't stay fixed in one state of mind, that changes. And when we can acknowledge this and when we recognize this, it allows us just to be with difficult thoughts and lots of other thoughts with a little more ease. Because we understand that however we feel right now in this moment is not permanent, it's changeable. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be focusing on this idea of connection today. Connecting with ourselves and our hearts, but connecting with the wider world. So I wonder if you can bring to mind now a time when you were cruel and mean to yourself. How often can we be our own worst critic? I always say you should treat yourself the way you would treat a friend. Now have a think about that. How do you treat yourself? And you can let go of that memory now in your mind. And I want to invite you just to bring into your awareness this idea of loving kindness to yourself. So there are many ways into this loving kindness meditation. One way is to imagine a warm, soothing light embracing the whole of your body, which represents this idea of love and safety and care. And another way in is to use words. So we're just going to be trying both ways now. So I want you to imagine that the whole of your body is surrounded by a wonderful, warm, soothing light today. And this soothing light represents kindness and compassion for yourself. Represents love and care. Notice what's happening in the body as you bring in this imagery. Now, there may not be anything at all. Sometimes people report feelings of warmth and feelings of comfort, but that's okay if this is not happening. That's okay. Really sending this idea of loving kindness to yourself. And so we're going to be bringing some words in now. We're going to be saying the following words in our minds. May I be well. May I be happy. And may I live with ease. So saying those words now in your mind. May I be well. May I be happy. And may I live with ease. can even place a hand on your chest. Even give yourself a little hug if you feel that's what you need right now, today, this morning, in today's practice. And so we're going to be directing that sense of loving kindness out now to each other. So even though you can't see who is participating in this meditation today, know that there are people on this call today from all around the world. I wonder if you can bring into your awareness the essence of these people now who, just like you, are breathing, who, just like you, want to be happy, and who, just like you, want to live with ease. So directing that sense of loving kindness out now towards all of us who are partaking in today's meditation, saying the following words in your mind: may you be happy. May you live with ease. May you be well. Thinking about us all breathing together, connected, because we are all human and we're all the same. Notice what's happening in your body as you direct your awareness out towards the outer world. When you connect, what's happening? And then extending that awareness now even further out, all around the world. Thinking about everybody, thinking about people being born, thinking about people taking their final breath, thinking about people in difficult times, people who are enduring happier times. Thinking about the whole world collectively as we breathe together, connecting, understanding that we're all the same. May you be well. May you be happy. And may you live with ease. Know that your actions have a direct impact on the world. Know that every act of kindness, no matter how small, will have an impact, a ripple effect. So don't ever feel like you are not making a difference, because chances are you are. Always choose kindness. There's a wonderful saying which I say to myself, I say to my husband, and I say to the children, which is, if you can be anything in this world, you can be kind. So what random act of kindness can you take out to the world today? And so bringing this meditation to a close, taking a moment of gratitude for showing up today. Remember, I show up because you show up. And gently, in your own time, opening your eyes. Moving the body as you need, if you need to today. And I want to take a moment just to thank you for sharing that wonderful connection practice with me this morning. It's such an honour to be able to share these practices with you all. And I hope to see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Please share these sessions with anyone you think would benefit. And keep following our projects. We've got a lot going on at the moment. We've got the podcast. We have a mindful parenting project in the pipeline for anyone who's interested. So please keep an eye out. And I'll see you tomorrow. So thank you so much. You take care.